一直住在上海1年半，可是我说的中文非常不好。我要问你们一个问题，今天你们可以帮我学中文，可以吗？Okay. Okay. So in the slides, 大家可以读一下，我问你读一下，你们可以读一下，好不好 ？Okay. 好。哦，不好意思，我希望你们听懂我，我说美式英语，maybe not so clear if I speak American English, right? Anyhow, so let's go to this. So I wanted to talk about my company a little bit, yeah, a little bit, so words and apps. We're hiring. 加入我们。OK， 我们一起可以练习说英文，还有中文，可以吗 ？Okay, so I'm going to speak English for a while. There's a big, kind of a big topic with testing, a big problem, something that's really obvious. This character here is Captain Obvious. It's really simple. Testing sucks. 可以读一下。帮我读一下。Sucks big time. 怎么说？ Testing is not fun. It sucks big time. It's very slow. 读一下，进攻好。It's tedious. Tedious. So hard to test. Too many things to test. Boring. Hey, come on. So we have all these tests. We have the QA department. Why do we need to test our code? QA testers are there to do that job for us, right? We've got somebody throw it over the wall and test. That's not good. So one of the other things that I thought about when thinking about reasons why testing is really not so prevalent on iOS and Mac development is that historically it's been a platform for indie developers. And there's a lot of famous indie developers that are on the record for saying that testing your code is useless, it's a waste of time. You're better off spending all of that time writing features for your users. Those are the guys that are going to pay you money, and your tests are not paying you any money. But that seems like a really bad mindset. So I want to think about testing in a different way. Maybe you guys know about this stuff. You all live in China, I think, something. Hey, 这个哪里？你们知道。So bridges, these glass bottom bridges are all the rage in China. I see new ones opening like every couple of months. I'm scared of heights. I'm not going to go on there. I live in Shanghai. We have the Shanghai Tower. I went to the observatory, 108th floor. It's really cool. I'm scared of me. This should be me. Ah! Oh. Yeah. But the problem with these is they look like they would break. Scary. Oh, it's ironic that your news service is available on Twitter. Just a little ironic. So anyhow, people saw this bridge and it cracked. And the thing is, it's like, hey, I don't want to go on this bridge. It's going to crack. I'm going to fall. 3,000 feet. Each man me, 1,000 meter, something like that. So, what they did is they started testing it. Oh yeah. Look how they put the girl on there first. That's sad. Then they got these guys. Notice how the girl wasn't strapped in. These guys have belts. What's up with that? It's like, I don't care about her. I'm going to let her fall. That's not good. So, they tested these bridges to make sure to give everybody confidence that this thing was absolutely not going to break, even if they noticed some shattered glass. Testing is important. It gives you confidence. So the thing about computers, and iOS, and all this stuff is that other disciplines, like CPU manufacturing, they require tests, hardware. This microphone here, it required a tester to make sure that this thing worked. Testing is a fundamental part of the engineering job that we do. We're not just programmers. 我们不是程序员，我们是工程师们。对吗？ So we want to verify our code. We want to be able to do this. And I like to think of it, look at the hardware as an example of why I need to test. If this stuff fails, I'm really angry that it fails. It just seems to me that software is so soft. It's so malleable. It seems so easy that we can make it and change it at a whim. Whereas you can see with all the hardware here, there's an enormous cost to put into all of that hardware. Into building those factories, making sure everything works. If you're going to spend $1 billion on a wafer pad, you're really going to make sure that everything works and make sure you get your money's worth out of that $1 billion. For us, it's a little different. So the thing is, the big deal, if tests are so important, why does it suck? Big question for the room, right? It's because writing tests is hard. I know you guys are probably like me. I would rather spend my time writing features, animations, making bridges that crack so that people can fall. I don't know, something else, but testing is always the thing that I really don't want to do. So, the thing about testing that we need to help, we need to think about it a little bit differently. A little bit of motivation. We need to think different about tests. Right? So, I want to start a little more fundamental. This is the von Neumann architecture model for computing devices. This was diagrammed in 1945, 44. This is like the very dawn of computing. I want you to notice a couple of things, very, very simple things. Input, computer, output, very simple. Now, we move on to modern day stuff. This is an Intel Core 2 architecture diagram that tells us how that CPU works. This is fundamentally more complicated than the von Neumann architecture that was introduced in the 40s. However, the overall model is similar. There's inputs, and there's a computer, and there are outputs. I'm going to maybe get the gist a little bit now. Let's think of it in terms of apps. Apps have inputs, and outputs. They just look a little bit different. So nowadays, they look like as inputs, you have tasks and notifications, maybe some data from your network, something like that. There's various ways to get stuff into your app. And there's various ways to get stuff out of your app, like animations. An animation is an output. Sound is an output. Writing data to a file, that's an output. Right? If we measure things as inputs and outputs, these are all things that are really easy to test because you can control inputs. And then you can measure outputs. Very simple concept, very simple model. If you keep things simple, then testing becomes easy and not a chore. So if you think about it like this, apps just become a collection of functions. There's exploding functions all over the apps. And if you're thinking, hey, I know what you guys might be thinking. I use Swift. Swift is functional, but it's also object-oriented. It's also protocol-oriented. Well, for the object-oriented argument, objects are merely a collection of functions with data as context. So there's still functions in there to test. You just have to pre-compose some of the data to be able to test those functions properly. It's preparing your state. Nothing wrong with that, not too complicated. Alright. So, if you have a single function, it's very easy to test. So this is an app that I've been working on at the mutual. This is for the high school entrance exams. Recently they decided to test for English fluency and capability. And found it weird that this app is only available here in China. It's only for Chinese citizens. I did localize it and put it in English so I could work on the app and see what's going on. So it says English at the top and the bottom. But to users, these apps, they look like whole complete units. Right? When we're just working on these things, they look at it, it's done, it's one widget, it's one thing. How do you test this? Well, the way that we test this, we have to break this apart, analyze it, look at it differently. Try to look at it in its components so that we can break them apart and figure out what the inputs are and the outputs are. So this app, you might see, is a bunch of views, selection views, view controllers. We have things like a disk cache, a network, layer. We all have these in our apps in various forms and shapes. Let's go ahead and take a little bit of a look at the network layer. What is this made up of? Well, we've got HTTP stuff. Everybody serves stuff over HTTP, maybe with Perfect or some other server. We have our URL session. We have JSON parsing. You know, the lingua franca of interweb these days. There's a reachability component. We all have to figure that stuff out. That's a lot to test. How does that all work together? So, again, I want to break it down and go through just a quick example. Let's focus on something that's really easy. I think everybody can figure this one out. JSON parsing. JSON parsing is very magical. What we have to do is take data from the interwebs that we download, magically transform it into some sort of type object. It's magic, but it's also just one function. So let's go ahead and look at how we would build a JSON parsing function. How would we test this? Right? So we've got our input over here, which is data. We've got our output, T. And we've specified T as a particular type. It's simple. Here's some JSON data that we can control the input. So by specifying the input ourselves, we can know exactly what goes in. So now we can measure exactly what's going to come out. We can know this ahead of time. And this stuff is true. And I localize this myself. 13年知道我的中文名字是上帝。我老家是巫山，哪里在哪？Okay. Anyway, we stick all that stuff in just a simple file. Put it on disk. Put it in our test bundle. Keep it simple. Nothing complicated. We write a little hover function because, well, we need to extract from the bundle. It's a little crazy, but not so crazy that it's so really hard to write. You use your bundle, URL for bundle, for resource functions, load it up. You've got a simple JSON file. And you put it in tests. And I like to use Quick and Nimble for my tests. These are two frameworks that are on GitHub. You can find them in the show notes, or the show notes. In the notes that I'll give out to everybody here. We have Quick and Nimble. And here's some syntax to get started in writing a test. It might not be what you expect if you're familiar with XTest. I prefer this style better myself. So all we have here is the way that we specify kind of the boilerplate test, setting up a class, the object structure for writing a test and a spec. Let's write the actual spec. So first we want to describe what we're trying to test. In this case, I'm just describing coding, right? Say parsing. I'd like to give some sort of description that's meaningful. And that red part is just a string, it could be anything as a parameter. And then we say, well, we have a context. So the first part is an action. The second part is more of what we're trying to do, or not what we're doing, the thing that we're trying to act upon. Right? So we're decoding some valid data. Right? Now, what do? We need to have kind of the result object, or the thing that we're going to test. Right? So we have our test person. I use test here as a prefix just to kind of keep it in my head when I'm writing a bunch of tests. This is the thing that I'm testing. You can use whatever prefix and nomenclature you want. Just keep it straight for yourself and your team. Now we can write our setup code. So what I'm going to do here is, before the entire suite of tests, before every single test runs, I'm going to try to parse my data. And I've got a person data function that will do the main part of loading data from the file. But I've got my parse JSON function, my parse function, and I do it. And if this thing actually fails, because I have to mark this as try, I'm just going to log it. The key with the test is that I want to know that something broke in my JSON parser. You know, if it happened in my setup function, I need to know that somehow. And I don't want to fail it here. So I'm just going to print it out on the console and it'll log my output, and I'll be able to fix that. It's all about knowing what's going on, what's breaking, so you can fix it. So now let's write a test. Probably not the kind of test that you're looking for, right? So the way you can read this, I know it's English. I know it's not most of everybody's second language. You can put Chinese in that red string just fine. And yeah, so we have a test. And this is why I like nibble and quick. We have its results in a non-nil person data object, and we expect test person to not be nil. In English, that reads pretty well. Chinese, the results may vary. Let's go ahead and write another one. Now I want to test some of the data. First, I was checking that, hey, there's no data there. So the parse and object fails, so I've got nothing. Now I want to check, hey, do I have data? Okay, check my name. But I'm just checking for it's not nil, or is it basically not empty. So let's go ahead and do it again. All right, so my hometown has data in it. That's fine. So the thing is, I'm just testing that there's something there. This is great because it lets my test not crash or fail when the data is just one character off, or one value off. I can still pass tests, so they don't give me exactly what I need. I need more verification. So we need to find what the actual data values are. So let's go ahead and put those as another test. Just add another one. Check for that value, my name. Maybe I checked for the wrong one, and I checked for my Chinese name. We can do it again. Check for my hometown, localized, not localized. The test will tell us if we got it wrong. Now what we can do is we can take those examples that check for nilable or non-nil objects and values and just put them in a shared area and say, well, these are some lightweight tests that just tell me that the very basic things pass. Right? So we can put these in something called a shared context. And what we'll do is, what we get here is we get this context. It's basically a function that returns a dictionary. We're just going to return this person value out of the context. This is how we go ahead and run through those tests. And now we can just move all of those tests into this shared context example, and we can use it like this. So now we can use and test those absolute value tests, checking the actual value for my name, the value for my hometown, all those things, and as well as checking for non-nil. Now, what does this buy us? It turns out that if you run all those tests, you can see, hey, my non-nil tests pass, which means that I have data, but the data that I'm getting back is not exactly what I expected. The thing here is, the important thing to take away here is that this is helping us narrow down the problem. It's kind of like doing a binary search, trying to say, well, I've got a problem with my JSON data, parsing, but I don't know exactly where it is. So by narrowing down, like, oh, I've got data, but now I need to narrow down, oh, only it's just not the right format. Or maybe only one of these would fail. So I know exactly which value is incorrect. So now I can go to the exact place in my code, fix that one thing. It's about letting ourselves know that something is not working in our code. All right. So the way that I like to think about this is kind of the aspects. Oh, onward, which is fun. I'm gonna. Okay, I still have a lot to learn. But I like to think about aspects of testing in the way that astronomers have to figure out how the universe works. Right? So astronomers are trying to figure out fundamental things about the universe, fundamental questions. But the universe is way out there. They can't get at the universe directly. All we have is lights, and we have stars. We know the properties of science and all those things. And the thing is that we can't test this stuff directly. So the way that we need to test it is through inference and aspects of things. Now, you might have noticed that the test that I wrote, they didn't test how the question worked. They just tested it did. This is also a really key aspect to think about when you're writing a test. Don't tie your tests to a very, very particular implementation. Just worry about inputs and outputs. What can you control going in, and what can you measure coming out? So let's go back to here. Back to the universe, back to our atoms. Let's go ahead and look at a little bit different part of our stack. Let's talk about testing our URL stuff and our HTTP session. That seems a little bit harder to test because now it goes with the network. So now you might be thinking, well, I'm going to have a network thing. I've got to set up a staging server. I've got to have another thing always live. I've got more stuff to maintain in my app and in my QA. I don't know, there's just a bunch of extra stuff you might think that if I'm going to set up some fake data on a fake server somewhere, then I've got to stand it up and maintain it. And that would be a lot of work, and then you have to do it. But rather than just focusing on these two things, when you're writing your tests, think about how can you control the inputs. Right? So basically, what this wants is to have data come from the network, and it doesn't really care which part of the network. Why don't we just do it on the local host? So why don't we include the web server in our test? Which means, why don't we put a web server in our test suite? We could use Perfect. Use a different one. But this kind of testing is called functional. I like to call it functional because you're kind of testing a lot of the bits. You're doing more than just units, very small pieces of tests. You're putting a lot of things together, making sure that JSON parsing not only works because of parsing, but because you request it from the network and went all the way through all of your caching logic and then any other decoding logic there as well. So just a different way to name it. And the framework that I use is called Embassy. You can also find this on GitHub. It's a very lightweight kind of web server. I think it's mainly, it was written for writing these things in unit tests. So there's not a whole lot of code in there, so go check it out yourself. But the thing is that we need to use this with XCUnit. Right? So we don't want to, for every single test, start a web server and stop a web server. Start and stop, start and stop. That's really slow. So we want to do something a little more advanced. So it turns out, if you watched other videos last year, they have this thing we call XC test observers, XC test observation. So normally you have like a 4 test and a 4 suite way to start things, but it doesn't really give you an alert or some kind of callback when the whole bundle gets loaded into memory and started. But with XC test observation, now you do. So now you can use this instead. So what you got to do is set up a test server inside of your XC test bundle. I went ahead and wrote a little wrapper that made it very easy to just start my test HTTP host. And this is all within a single bundle, so I made it basically global within my test bundle, so everybody gets to see it. But not everybody gets to write it. And so let's go ahead and write our web test. So again, we've got our description and context, returning valid data. Now what we do in our setup instead is tell our test HTTP server what's our callback handling function. So we want to send back some stuff that's kind of valid for HTTP. 200 response, any header value, like content type. And we also want to send the actual data. So our function, it doesn't really matter what the implementation is. I'll share the sample project I wrote on the WeChat group, so you guys don't see that. But for our case right now, it doesn't matter what that is. But so we do is switch the function and let the HTTP server use that function for every call to the particular suite. So now what we do, again, we're going to request data from our suites using a localhost parameter. I use an menu that's strong in type strings so that we don't have to guess what our local hosts or our available hosts are for grabbing data from our app. And we request. And the reason I've got a semaphore here is that this is a asynchronous test. Right? If you run these things straight through, the good framework is just going to run through it on the main thread and then fail because everything's done in background thread. So you need to make this wait, and then you signal it on the background thread. And now you can use these, you can reuse all of these tests that we just wrote for checking with the validated objects, very basic on this new network-based, HTTP-based test. UI testing is very hard. So we've got our UI. Let's just again break it apart. See what it looks like again. Now the UI, there's a lot of UI in this app. I think most of the stuff that we work on is UI. What you don't see in here is actually all of the exams and practice exercises that we have, and we'll really more. But UI is this. Now the thing is, remember, I said that our app is a collection of inputs and outputs and tasks as one of the inputs. So it's really hard to automate tasks in the test. So you really can't do that. So I think what I want to do is just kind of think about this a little more and really boil down what those tasks are doing, what all that visual interaction is doing, and just boil that down to some kind of app core that happens on those tasks. So architecture plays a big role in how we organize and test our code. And the thing is, we can use something like OpenSlim and Fitness to let other people write our tests for us. This one's a little harder to describe, and this is basically a talk by itself. So I let this, I'm just going to introduce the framework here. This is basically what it's called. So, testing. The question that I know a lot of people have questions when it comes to tests is what about singletons? Singletons are everywhere. I can't test because I got singletons. How do I deal with these? Let's go ahead and just go through these real quick. Let's go ahead and see this one. All right. So let's go ahead and see our singleton-based object here. Just mark out some code. But a slow and heavy hardware interface. Singletons are really good for very types of operations that are very slow, and you don't want to reinitialize them every time. So if you have some kind of connection to some device or Bluetooth, you don't want to be reinitializing that every time when you instance. So you want to use a shared instance. It makes sense on occasion. Just make sure you're using it for the right scenario. But so this is our common way to do it. And normally we would just use it everywhere. But what we can do instead is inside of our core application model, some kind of using class is injected. Dependency injection, right? So simple. Right? So we have a parameter. Well, the way to do this really is to use the default values for the parameters here so that we can say that we're using this slow hardware interface, and by default, we can just use the shared. We don't have to like, tell everybody. We don't have to tell all the client users of this class. We have to specify the singleton every time. It just uses it by default. And you can change it so you can lock it in there for tests. So when you go ahead and write a test, all you need to do is write a subclass of this slow and heavy hardware interface. Wait a minute. Let's say subclass. Subclasses are really not good, right? Everybody should use protocols. Subclasses. I know how to say this one. Alright. So subclasses. So we have a hardware interface, and we just define a function object. And all we need to do is in our function, or actually in our class, we just make an extension that implements the interface, and we just forward that interface function to our actual instance of the class. So now our interface is being used properly. Hello. Wow. Nice. I have no idea what I did. Don't worry, I think the screen recording's still on.
It looks like the keynote has not failed test.
All right. That doesn't give me confidence. All right. Where were we? And nope, not that one. All right, so I think we were here. Oop. All right, and then yeah. All right, so now we can do it like this. We can create our interface, and we can use our protocol interface to use it as value for our property in the class. We can also use it as the type for our injected type in our initializer. But what we can also do is that we can use the actual slow and heavy hardware implementation class and use that shared instance as a default value for that property. So now we're still always using the interface and the protocol directly, but we're not, and we also have the benefit of using the default shared instance all the time as direct in our case. What's also nice is that we can go ahead and pass in anything using the protocol and return whatever we want from that function. So it's not so bad a way to do things. All right. So testing sounds good. Oh yeah. All right. But it can't really work for me. It's like, oh, that's great for you to be up there on stage. Testing is awesome. Well, to that I say, I found this on the intro. Hey, I'm so close to Hong Kong. How can I? All right. Gratuitous fighting action. All right. So that aside. Wow. Not like I thought. All right. So what I want to do is just give you a couple of quick things to remember when you're writing tests on your own. Because testing is hard, it is difficult, it is boring. Hopefully I've showed you some examples of tests that are easy enough to write, straightforward enough to write. I was trying to help you think about tests as simply as possible, namely a series of inputs and outputs, and treating your code like very simple functions. When you do that, and just go down the board and get the data. It's very easy. And so for each test that you write, make sure that it's short. You saw my test, one line. All it is an insertion. It has a set of code to compare everything. You're just trying to verify something. Each test is just insertion, verification step. Right, so you don't want to do so much work in your test. You can do more, but just try to keep it simple and short. You want to be flexible. So like I said, I showed you some code that tests the same thing in two different ways. The first way is to test if it's not empty. The second way is to test the actual value of it. These are two separate tests, because there's two ways that this thing fails. Either it's there or not, or the value is incorrect. Right? So there's multiple ways to test it and figure out what's wrong. And writing separate tests for those, for as silly as it might sound when you start writing them, become really useful later on. Clear. You want clear tests. You don't want people on your team to not understand it. You don't want yourself to not understand the test when you come back to them when they crash or when they fail, or more likely when they fail. Right? So you want to make them clear. That means using those describe and context blocks, using those strings to be more descriptive about what you're trying to test. Using conventions to say, and like I said, I started with describe is more of what we're trying to test. The context is setting up what we're testing against, right? So you have those ways to do it. So the thing is testing is really important for your code. There's a lot of industries out there that test a lot of stuff. I mean, would you want to drive a car that doesn't work? I mean, you probably wouldn't pay money for that, and you might crash it through no fault of your own. And there's recalls for things like this all the time. So even though we're in the software business, we should be testing our stuff. We're engineers, we're professionals, because you don't want to be like this. So I'm not being fair. This is an American bridge. Americans are not perfect either. So it's totally crashed. This really happens. Don't be that bridge, guys. Remember, I'm sure. Yeah? All right. Test your code.